Well, the fighting where it was, there it continues. Very heavy fighting. In fact, the enemy has now transferred reserves in many places trying to counterattack. Like this Avdiivka direction, Berdichi, we constantly see rushes into battle Abrams. Again, the 3rd Assault Brigade, a little to the south in the area of Tonenki, is working. That is, 2 elite brigades are trying to hold back our offensive on their own. In addition, they have been given territorial defense. In general, they are not retreating slowly, but quite slowly, let's say, not as quickly as it was before. They have the task of stabilizing the front. Whether they succeed or not, I think in the coming days it will be clear. And if we can quickly knock out the combat potential of these 2 brigades, I think the enemy will have problems in the future. In principle, what is happening now in the Chasiv direction, where the enemy is clearly feeling the problems, our troops have begun to continue advancing for several days after the enemy's counterattack. Again, I will cover it at the beginning. They admit it very powerfully on everyone. Our cabs, adjustable aerial bombs, are operating on the fronts. Our guys are now using them in enormous amounts. That is, the quantity of these bombs, for you to understand, reached up to 150 units per day at some places all along the front line. On one direction, it could drop simultaneously up to 50 such bombs per day. That's a big amount, actually. Each bomb is capable of demolishing a stronghold, or even when it successfully hits several dozens of the enemy soldiers. That is a staggering problem for our opponent. Not everyone will admit this. That same, for instance, there was also a counterattack attempt in Krasnogo, south of Avdiivka, yes, southwest. Panic-stricken statements are already coming from there, saying that the soldiers of the armed forces of Ukraine, they now understand that they are doomed. There's no help. The Russian fire is overwhelming. They say that it's only a matter of time when the Russians will take over Krasnogorovka, and then the problems will start from here again. The problems of Novomikhailivka, we talk less and less about it, but still, the obvious problems at the front, the West is also writing about it, or rather, the Ukrainian media about the military. Yes, Terni is a settlement in the Lehman direction. There are also problems there. Our troops have again started a local offensive operation. I think this is a pulling back of reserves. They also need to somehow manage this problem. This is practically the entire front line. That is, we now have a tight strategic initiative. It's quite intense for us now. Yes, unfortunately, not everything will work out as we want, but nevertheless, the enemy obviously doesn't stand a chance.